I'm going to show you how anyone can quickly and easily create doodle videos, just like the
them a follow this and we are the maker. Spending like I run, I think I'm bored. Come and remember every day, summer when you're there, Jamaica. Oh, Lord, baby, this place kinda crazy. Everybody a dance, catch the energy. Babylon can't stop the music. Rastafari keep it grooving. The whole world a free for touchdown in the West Indies. Roll out the cool as the breeze. While it look like a science book, where a school never teach. Rev the truck up to the mountain top, and as soon as we reach, go get the sun, kick the shoes off my feet, and bless the cup, 32 sounds me read. Give thanks to the love me receive, me work every day in the street, and every day end with nights like these. When a holiday, tough on the beach, a white t-shirt and a cut off feet, I will not need no sneakers. Sunbed, I massage the feet, blessing the flow like river.
Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum. I'm sure you guys are probably trying to figure out what I'm doing on here. My purpose of this is to start something that's a positive vibe. I feel like Gambia needs a bit of positivity. I feel like Gambia needs some uplifting. I feel like Gambia needs to talk. We seem to be doing a lot of talking on social media, but are we actually talking to each other? Are we actually listening to show compassion? Are we listening to show that we care about each other? Are we listening to, just to make sure that every single other person next to us, regardless of your relationship, are they okay? So I decided to start coming on here and just, my energy might not be what you're expecting, but it might bring some positivity, and we need to start showing each other love. And this is the purpose of me coming on here once in a while. We just need to talk. There are so many things that are not right within ourselves. There are so many things that are not right within our country. And Gambia, to be honest, the fatuti. And the fatuti to a point where ñep dañ bokka. Excuse the fly. Ñun ñep dañ wara jappalante dimbalante jéema fexé suñ biir naka la ñoo rafetal suñ diggante yi parce que suñ deful noonu rek suñ askan yi dinañ yaaxu suñ dëkk bi sadly dina yaaxu parce que ñun ñëpp gis nañ naka la yëfi coronavirus bi di demee fu nekk nii. Things are not easy, but yet still maa ngi xaar pour ñu gën a booloo suñ xol yi gën a nekk benn. maa ngi xaar pour gis asaka boo xam ne doo ko siiwal si Facebook bi. maa ngi xaar pour gis koo xam ne xam nga dina ñëw ne waaw man diw sangam ñëw naa forward pour support family bi or family bale or family bi, waaye nekku ne dangaa siiwal sa jëfin or ak sa tiyaabo. Small of nag it comes and it goes. duma la fenal small of is not great. Why at least dama bëgga pour ñu jéema waxtaan kafoore once in a while. Jéema seet naka la ñoo amee something positive, because suñ demee si social media fu mu nekk nii lu lépp luñ mun di gis ay dëcc la, ay naxar la. Nit ki ba pare ma si gën a jaaxal mooy nit ki di nga ko jaale Facebook waaye doo ko jaale si téléphone wala doo ko jaale direct message. Loolu si man lu xaw a garaaw la, because things like that should not be done just for likes. It should not be done just to appear relevant. And sadly, that's the culture that we live in. We do a lot of things to be, to be relatable. We do a lot of things to be, to be socially a brand. It's like kunekange brand sa bopa. And sadly enough, we're not setting good examples for the generations to come. So I decided to start talking to you guys. And my inbox is open for open topics. I just feel like nañ waxtaan. We need to create a space where it's safe for Gambians to talk and not be judged. It's safe for Gambians to come on and just we need to create our own vibe, and this is why I'm starting this talk with you guys, and hopefully I can lift spirits once in a while. I can offer my advice where it's needed, and I'm basically an open door for people that want to talk. But the topic today is ñu ne naka la ñoo fexe ba jaama nekk suñ biir, parce que wax bu sew ak wax dafa xëju si dëkk bi fu mu nekk nii. Réew mi xat na xat boo xam ne wax bu sew coow yaxante xëju suñ biir. We're already facing a pandemic in àdduna bi fu mu nekk nii lu fi xew dafa daw yaram, surtout bu nekk suñ bunti kër. Fu mu nekk nii suñ mag yi suñ kilifa yaa ngee dee and sadly enough some of them liggéey nañ pour seen njaboot, waaye seen njaboot ba léegi am na luñ leen yéene woon waaye jotuñ ko war a mun a defal seen waajur. So sadly enough, those are the people that are dying. And with that being said, I feel like ndax ñun are we ready to console each other? Are we ready to console each other? We need to start consoling each other. We need to start talking to each other. We need to start embracing each other and just start doing things that we know will create the perfect energy to raise our kids in, because this is exactly our problem. Are we caring enough for Gambia pour suñ doom yi ñu mun a mag in an environment boo xam ne suñ waajur yi suñ kilifa yi defal nañ ñu ko? Are we doing that? And sadly, I see a lot of people that are losing their minds, that are going into depression, that are going into numerous sorts of problems just because they don't have anybody to talk to. Say, for instance, the average Gambian man has, they've been set bars and standards so high that, unfortunately, if they don't reach Sisasi culture bi mu ngi naan kii tekkiwut xale bu jigéen yaa ngee liggéey, and women in this country, they work hard. I'm from Gambia, suma yaay suma papa yëpp Gambian lañ, waaye ñu ngee liggéey ak nu ñu nekk di liggéeyee ndax ñu ni neen dañ dee appreciate. This is something else that we'll be discussing. Are we supporting each other's businesses the right way? Are we showing each other enough love to grow? Are we seeing something loo xam ne opportunity boo xam ne man moomu ma ko waaye keneen i tamit mun na seen njëriñ, ndax ñu ngi woon ne diw sangam demal fii, soo demee fii kooku na la jàppale si nangam a nangam. At least ñu inspire wante, at least ñu defarante suñ diggante gën a rata. All these countries ñi nga gis ñuy jàppalante. It's sad. It's very sad. Naka la ñu Sénégal bu ma dëkk fu mu nekk nii Sénégal bi dafa gëm boppam ndax ñun gëm nañ suñ boppa, ndax ñun gëm nañ ne Gambien bi mun naa exceed expectations, parce que ñun suñ expectations lan la, dañoo toog waxtaan, di nga am business idea, di nga am something loo xam ne yaa ngi ko bëgg a present, waaye si saa si comme in my case jigéen laa, dañoo ne xëy yow sa boppa ngay prep pour sëy, yow da nga war a prep sa boppa pour sëy, yow sa aim and objective should be ne ëllëg si biir dama sëy. waaye fu mu nekk ni àdduna bi dafa wécceeku. How about nga encourage xale bu jigéen bi ne ko yow de lii nga def moom soo si jee góorgóorloo de mun nga see xarañ, dinaa la boole diw sangam nga dem forward. Askan bi tamit, nit ñi tamit support la. waaye instead of loolu Gambien bi nañ miin ne dañoo jéem a seet naka la ñoo yaaxee daram, or naka la ñoo def be kooku, maybe, I'm sorry to say this, businessmen yi sax they have the same, like the people that are supposed to be supporting women are not supporting women. They're the ones that are bringing us down. They are the ones that are I'm sorry to say this again, I will apologize because dama jéema rafetal suma wax ak suma kaddu, waaye dama gis ne kilifa Banjul yi suñ doon jàppale ndaw yi di kon passé nañ fuñ egga nii. And we have a lot of work to do. I don't think we realize the amount of work we have to do as youth. I'm not afraid to say my age. I'm 36. I left Gambia, I left Angleterre, London, like almost 18 years ago. But within that duration of 18 years, I've worked my ass off. Like I said, this is a free space and I speak how I feel. I've worked my ass off. But the same people that came home with me during the time that I came home, 3/4 of them are either married with 4 kids, amazing families, or nekkuñ di def dara. You're not using your degree because you're not able to get a proper job. Mënuloo am liggéey bu laa mun a fay lu doy. Ñaareel bi sa famille ñu ngi laa pression da nga war a sëy. Ñetteel bi society ñu ngi laa xoolee ne kii moom she's too independent mënut a xëj fenn, so kenn du ko taka. Or ñeneenteel bi you're working in a job, going in at 8, or si bank si yaa ngi liggéey si loo xam ne wax dëgg ne yàlla loolu du sa métier. And this is how Gambia is evolving. Gambia is evolving. Gambia is evolving. And legi, lu si gëna garaaw, we have a pandemic we can't even deal with. You know, School of Nursing, ñaata nurse la ñoo graduate at bi. Dañoo waxtaan. I'm not being, I'm just calling out issues that I see that we need to discuss. I love the TikTok videos, I love Facebook, I love the memes, but I feel like Gambia, so many things will sort out that we're not sorting out. Pandemic banging nii, ñaata doctors and nurses ñoo jógee School of Nursing. Nga jàng nga nekk doctor. You know, nga dem nga jàng nga nekk doctor. Nga ñëw nga graduate. At the end of the day, fan dañ la jox liggéey, or nga ubbi sa private practice, or nga nekk. It's just, there's so many things and people that are going through so much hell in Banjul that we're not talking about. You know, people can call in. You can call in and give in your views, and we could. The whole point of this is to talk. I'm not a media personality. I'm not somebody that's gone through. I'm not Manyinya. I'm not Fatoumata Koka. I am not Haruna Drame. I'm just a concerned citizen, and I feel like we need to stop talking to entertain on social media rather than coming up with solutions to our problems. Even suñu aada, ñun as Gambian, ana suñu aada, what can we claim as ours? What can we claim that is, you know, suñ boss ne? I mean, Senegal, I live in Senegal now, but Senegal has surpassed us with lolu. You know, Senegal has shown us that ñoom dañ values and culture. Why ñun ku ñoo rek branché? That's a term that they use for Gambians if you don't know. Ku ñoo rek Gambia mun ngaa bokka. Waaye ndax ñun suñ culture ak suñ art, ndax ñun suñ tradition ñu ngi ko jëfandikoo na, are we using like right now as a person I feel like I am culturally lost sometimes because unfortunately my parents never taught me certain things. My grandmother never taught my dad certain things. My great-great-grandfather never taught my great-great-grandparent certain things. So I am lost in a euphoria of trying to find myself. Ana kilifa yoo xam ne you know ñoo wan yoon bi. Kilifa yoo xam ne ñu ngi fi fees fi del, but people take them for granted. People like Okudrame. If I even say his name, people are like, have you sat down to take knowledge or even sat down and tried to speak to the man to understand how much knowledge he has? You know, you have people inspire, like women that can inspire us, like Bintu Job. She's very dynamic. She knows her culture. And Tiande Njai. There are so many people within us, we're taking them for granted. They're around us every day. Ñu ngi jokkalante ñoom. Waaye even sa kilifa sax nga toog nga jël 5 minutes of kooku lum la helal ak lum la digal ak lum, you know what they're trying to teach us, because otherwise Gambia, we are a blind nation. We are a blind nation, whether we realize it or not. What direction are we really going? And this is why I feel like we need to start talking. You know, we need to start interacting. We need to start developing ways of consoling each other. Otherwise, suñ dëkk bi dina yaaxu. I'm gonna take a 2-second break and I'll be right back. So yeah. I also want to know what you guys think. I'm open for your comments in the comment section, so please write a question that you feel like we can discuss, or a question that people can relate to. I was going to go into topics, but I decided, you know what, let me just not go into topics for now, and you can come in. Sorry. My husband, yes, as you know, everybody's working from home. So, it's important that I'm trying to get comfortable here, by the way. I have my blanket and I'm sitting here just talking to you guys. It's nothing, I'm not trying to be formal. This is not my vibe. I'm not trying to be a news reporter. I'm just trying to be someone that we just need to talk. Hi, Ne Olital. She's another dynamic sister, and trust me, like I said, Gambia is full of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful minds. We just need to nurture each other and appreciate each other a bit more. And from my husband just came in and he was like, messenger, Mala, send message. Like I said, I'm not a professional media personality, but I just feel like I need to share a bit of my wisdom and what I think and what how I can change the mindset of every single Gambian or that I come in contact with, but like going back to COVID-19 pandemic, wallahi, I okay, let me start with Baro. Where are you, sir? like Baro, where exactly are you? A lot of people are joking about it, and they feel like they have to make joke about this. They have to, I mean, the way things are going, we need a leader. So I don't think it's advisable. We should not try and get comic, like, even, okay, example, the curfew. Why is it comic relief? Why is it comic relief? People are being chased in the streets and asked questions. Sadly, wa bakaula and man wa bakaula. So I was embarrassed when I saw someone from Bakau being stopped in the streets, and this girl looked like she was innocent, but she wasn't innocent. She knew exactly what was going on. But people on Facebook were like speaking about her, we're talking about her English and how she looked, and I'm like, you guys don't understand. This is a serious matter. This is an absolute serious matter. And the sad part is, people are following I call them the Corona Squad, and they're turning this into comic relief. This is not a time to make fun and jokes about the coronavirus, because people are dying. People are dying around us. People are dying whether we realize our numbers are. The numbers that I see are not going down. So clearly, Gambia, then you want to joke to swing bopa. So do that, sir. Nenjema helat ne Makyange Day. Next, it will be the youth. Next, it will be. It could be the person that's sitting right next to you. I won't say on the bus, but because we don't have a bus service, but it's people that we know. Unless Mulala, like Mulala, completely lal, trust me, then you'll realize now coronavirus is not a joke. I see people going out, driving around in their cars. You're on Snapchat. Social media is the main reason for all our troubles. I think people need to understand that. Social media, is an issue for Gambians. Sometimes we use it for the wrong reasons. Sometimes we need to understand that it's not a platform for just fun and games. How informative and how educational and how are we presenting ourselves as a country on social media? It worries me, and it worries me a lot, because we are sending the wrong messages to our kids and the generations to come. These TikTok videos I spoke about just now, they're all fun and games. But we spend more time in front of a mobile phone, looking at a mobile phone, than probably interacting with our own kids. Narrowly lost her. I know. People are dying. And nobody is taking this serious. Nobody is taking this serious, because if you took it serious, thing talks like, okay, I understand actually I didn't come from a rich background. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I started to work from when I was 16, and I'm 36. That's 20 years of working experience. But what it taught me was, you have to find a way to provide for yourself and your family. So right now, man suma xol ak suma nahar ak suma ñuma xelaat moy ñu deew doole ñoo xamne they live from hand to mouth. Yes. Why ñoo xamne people that can't afford to even feed themselves, you're telling them to stay home. But what is the government doing? I wrote a post about this a couple of weeks ago. There are so many companies or agricultural food supply farmers and etc. Can the Gambian government collaborate with those people and offer food, affordable food to people, offer affordable feeding to different councils, and shutting down the markets, because the markets seem to be the main problem of our main issue at the moment. You have people like Farm Fresh, you have GHE, you have all these companies that deal with food. Sit down and do the logistics, close down the markets and start food delivery. Simple. It sounds simple, yeah. Maybe I'm being naive here, but I would have thought a government. But then, what government? The Gambian government would at least try and involve the general public. But instead, the government would like to continue to do this by themselves. And I don't understand why. If the people are the ones that are suffering, those ministers, I'm sorry, and those people in high places, they are not affected by this per se, paski. They do not have to hustle for their livings every day. Their livelihood is based on something that I don't even want to touch on. Lolu ñu ñep xam nañ dëkk bi ni mo démé. Raba bi yooyu noonu yooyu yu ma bëgg a tudda daal government ba ñu ngi si loolu ak ni ñu ko defee su ma yoon nekku ci loolu. I'm not political whatsoever. However, man lu ma jéem a wax mooy ndaw yaa ngi si réew mi. We have youth in this country. How are we going to incorporate those youth to find out a remedy for the problems that we have today? This pandemic is not going anywhere. So it's high time you do stop the affaire Barrow, because Barrow is not going to take any action. Bohamne, it's beyond the bags of rice and oil that he distributed on recently. Right now, what we should think of, we have philanthropists, we have businessmen, we have people that would have spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on shows and events and Yusundur concerts. If you can buy a table for 50 grand to watch a Senegalese artist, I'm sorry, you should be in a position to take that $50,000 collectively nga dajale ko and find a way you can feed the people, because feeding be my problem bi Banjul. Kurang bi wahe nopi. We have problems with NAWEC. If the government cannot do it, privatize electricity, make it electricity to be private. Dama judd fekkal leen dem man suma mag yi bu ñoo judd dañ ñëw fekkal leen dem dañoo toog nga nekk sa diggi galayaabe like toog na kamach. How even my son that is 3, I'm sorry, that su lampa fee dafa ne hay like dem na. And it's sad that what I went through, my child has to go through that. And I'm sorry, that should have been a wake-up call from day one. So all these businessmen that are on social media, that are giving mentorship and that are talking to the youth, and that used to sponsor youth and things like that. I've done shows where apparently sponsorship is $10,000, but you want to take over my show. How are you encouraging the youth like that? You're not exploiting them, but you're taking your benefit more upper nit ki ko xamne mu ngi am mom project am la mom lu mo benefit. At the end of the day, Gambia suñ Gambia la te dëkk bi dafa ndaw. Kausu, I see you Kausu nga na. Gambia is an urgent issue. Gambia is an urgent issue, whether we realize it or not, whether we take it into consider or not. Ñun as Gambia ñun ñoo mom suñ dëkk. Government bi na gaay def lu ñoo def na nit ñi fi leen entreprise ne borom alal yi na ñun suñu 1% bi nañ ñoo together ñu seet naka la ñoo jéema sort out ñun suñu own problems. I'm sorry. It is high time. It is absolutely high time. Suñ yaakaare ñi billahi lu ñu daloon bu ñoo génnee Yaya Jammeh bu ñoo vote Yaya Jammeh, or when Gambia decided that we're going to put Barrow into place. Trust me, those things are going to repeat itself, not just for Barrow, but for every single president to come. Because we make a lot of noise, but we take very little bloody action. I say this because at the end of the day, the way I speak is the way I speak. So if you take things out of context, I am apologizing, but this is the way I speak. It's a free space. It is an absolute free space. Right now, we have rape cases all over the place. Little Banjo. And I'm sorry to say this again. The most sad, the worst part of every single case that we have at the moment is that either ñu ngi maslaha di dema wàññi wax bi, or ñu dalal coow bi pundax bi, or whatever they call it. They're trying to calm the shit down. But I'm sorry, if a child gets raped, and you feel like you have to maslaha with it, kañ la loolu du génn fi? Women in Gambia don't have voices, if you haven't realized. Women in voices we're being trained to noppi. Danga wara noppi, danga wara tonga muñ, danga wara jema naka lañ ko waxatee, jigéen du diis danga oyof. What the heck is that? Parce que su waree fekkee ne loolu la ñun ñooy biir, ñun ñooy wasin, ñun ñooy daanaka ñun ñooy toppatoo njaboot. So at what point in time are women weak? How are we weak if we endure so much? How are we weak? And jigéeni Banjo, to be honest, with everything going on, ñun ñoo fi gën a mën a liggéey. But the problem is ndax suñ góor yi ñun ñoo toppatoo. Ndax suñ góor yi ñun ñoo support si lu ñu bugg a def. Are we being supported? Are we being oppressed? Or are we being encouraged? Are we being oppressed? And I feel like we are being oppressed. I feel like we aren't given enough voices. We aren't given a chair at the table. I mean, okay, why is it celebrated when we are giving a chair at the table? Why is it celebrated? Why is it such a big deal to get recognition as a woman if you secure a certain position in society? Because ñun jigéen yi sax parewuñ yuñ bugg a def yépp suñ ko waroon a def Gambia dafa passé fii. I'm sorry. Gambia di kon passé na fii. Yes, wax bu sew bi dina si am parce que ñun xam nañ xalañ melante. Ñun as women, I still feel like Banjo jigéen yi suñ booloo woon nekk benn. Forget the men for a minute. I am married, yeah. Ñun ñëpp am nañ ay jëkkër yaxuma fi sey kenn waaye ñun jigéen Banjul suñ jàppalante woon di kon passé nañ fii. Te lu tax ma ne passé nañ fii because suñ minds yi dañ dee calculate, we're innovative. ba lu ñu yaaxa dëgga mooy soxorante bi iñaanante bi ñaaka waxante dëgga bi waaw suma morom bëgguma mu raw ma loo si jigéeni Banjul la gën a ëppee because men yi amuñ joti loolu góor yi amuñ joti loolu ñun jigéen yi ñu ñoo mel noonu dañoo form suñ committees wala suñ societies ñu war a booloo nekk benn bés buñ koo sanca moom gosh ñu ñëpp ay jàppalante waaye may ñu tuuti rek ba kii wërsakam gën a bari wërsaki jàmbu wala kii wërsakam du ma ne bari sax su wërsaki keneen ki jëkkaa ñëw keneen ki nga gis réaction bi si saa si ma ne ususu laa la se munuñ koo teg as women munuñoo toog ñu discuss things amongst ourselves to find a way forward. Sadly enough nag man suma wax nag xëj na neexut sadly enough suma wax nag munta neex parce que I have not been raised to keep quiet. I have not man suma yaay dafa def dara si man mooy ne su sa waxtu jot wax su jotee rek waxal. If you have something to say it bu ko denca te man nag noonu laa mel. I am not trying to be here to judge anybody, but I just feel like ñu ni neen dañ war a waxtaan. We need to chit chat. We need to get our positive flow going. We need to find a way boo xam ne man de suma jaaxle woon suma morom bi jigéen lay call wala suma nijaay bi lay call wala suma brother bi lay call te dina ma ko defar si sutura ak njaak like ak sutura. Fii leneen lu fi manqué mooy sutura. Lu tax Gambian bi mënuñoo defar nit toog si di xaar yàlla pour fay. We have to find a way to be there for each other, not just because it looks good in the public eye, because the blessing that you'll get in return from God is even greater. Even, okay, say for instance, nga gis nit kuy yalwaan mu leer na le ne kii amut lu moo lekka. This person has not got a proper meal. Nga ekati sa xaalis si sutura nga jox ko kooku ñaanal la mu am benn lu garaaw loo la waroon a dal kooku xamuloo na ñaana mun na laa dimbale. So nañ def njëf si sutura te bañ koo siiwal. You know, Manya Damel, I see you. Hamga. And I feel like I feel like it's time that Gambians handle Gambians issues. We have so many things that we need to sort out amongst ourselves, amongst our families, amongst within ourselves. Our level of self-confidence is so low. Because you know why? The communities that we are raised in do not uplift you. Simple as, muy góor muy jigéen. The community, Gambian community, they do not own you unless you have made it somewhere else. Remember, saa yoo ko make it outside, xam nga ne bés boo ñëwee Banjul, nañ la woy. Si ebo sa poste bi sax bum ko yor. Si ebo bul fi dawal, actually that's enough. Dawal fi auto, dawal fi any moto. Nga jógee out, nga ñëw. You're the talk of the town. People will claim you. Then hi, sa suma niece la. Wala sa suma nephew la woon. Fii la daan force, and then si saa si ñu wàññi la nag. Fii la daan nekk di dawantu. Ñaata yoon laa ko fi abal xaalis. Noonu la Gambian bi mel. Ñun kañ la ñoo wécceeku. Kañ la ñoo change. Kañ la ñoo positive. Kañ la ñoo bañ a yaaxante. Kañ, when our kids are grown, when they have their own kids, this culture has to stop. And the culture we need to adapt are yoo xam ne suñ maami moom lañ fi amee woon mooy ne nañ deflante jaama nañ jéem a seet naka la ñoo jàppalante nañ jéem a seet naka la ñoo The list can go on. Na vibe be refet. Na ñuñoo dëkka, like the way we live with each other, let it be positive. Because we are so small, but I believe and I still hope we can do great things together. Not everybody for their own success. No, together we can actually change this country. And sadly, we were on the right route once upon a time, but I don't know what happened to that Gambia. Even our music industry, you know, when we first had GRTS, we had shows, your Mani and Dambel, you know, we had great newsreaders like Uncle Mbora and Boj. We even had Extra Touch. What happened to that? You know, the music industry, people were like, we used to rap and make music and make art, and there was so much going on. You know, but Extra Touch, man. Lamin Manga, you need to bring that back. Extra Touch needs to come back. Shows like that need to come back. People need to realize that was a starting point for something even more beautiful. You know, and hopefully, I said, but I'm serious, and I'm sure that you used to watch the show yourself. Yeah? Since somebody please tell me the words to Extra Touch, by the way. Something, digging that side. Let me manga how it was entertaining. You know, it was entertaining. And that's the Gambia that I want to remember and actually try and bring back. Pull. We just need each other. Gambians really need each other. So, like I said before, I've got a few more people that are watching. This is the beginning of a few videos. It was rather rushed, I must say, but there are more videos that will come your way and more live streams that will come your way, and hopefully, you know, we'll have call-ins and things like that. But the whole point of the show is to uplift the people, is to talk to the people, is to try and, you know, have a fun spot, a safe spot, you know, for the people. So mang leen di ñaanal nak bëccëg jàmm. Di wax ne this was my introduction to something that's about to come. I won't go into detail about what it is, but it's time for us to discuss all sectors except politics. I don't do politicking. I'm not into that. But I would love to see more young influencers given a spot to speak. I would love to see more young dynamic Gambians do, or women in particular, less TikTok videos and more of inspirational talks to each other. You know, I would love to see a promising Gambia. And right now, signing into Facebook and social media, I don't see that, and I feel like everybody else feels the same. We take too much for granted, and we've taken too much for granted, and sadly, we are currently paying the price. So this is just a rough introduction to talking to me. I'll start having more live streams because I feel like it's necessary that we discuss what we're going through, our daily lives. I feel like it's high time we stop hiding our problems and start discussing them. Even sex. Women don't like talking about sex in Gambia. And I feel like it's time you discuss it. People are having it. People are enjoying it. People are expressing it. But yet still there's a taboo. You know, you only talk about sex when you're at the salon or you're in it. You know, people, things like infidelity. People are cheating on their partners. Who's talking about it? Nobody. But how can we try and understand the core reasons for things like that? The reasons why we're so afraid to discuss sexual activities, and there's more, but I'll stop here, and hopefully I'll be back maybe on Saturday. It depends on my mood and the feedback that I get from you people that are watching. Daf leen di neex ma continue, mun na xari leen ma continue. But I will be back inshallah on Friday or Saturday inshallah, but it will be more evening because waxtu julli mu ngi ma raw, maa ngi toog di wax rek, and inshallah dina jéema wax taan ak askan bi, dina jéema wax ak nit ñi. And it's 5 o'clock in Gambia. 5:15. So if you're watching this, I bole omalen one suma program before that. They only don't go. People like this are the ones that you need to be careful of. Namadam Juliji. But I will be back on Saturday at a more appropriate and free hour. And then we can discuss anything that you guys want to talk about. But please feel free to send me an inbox message to tell me how you feel about my show. And once again, I do not do it for the likes, I do it for the love. And yeah, that's basically the vibe I'm trying to build. I feel like it's time for us to, you know, then relax a little bit. You know, you have to come back. Then relax a bit. You know, it's time to come. We need to freestyle some things, you know. And yeah, hopefully inshallah next week. Actually no. Next week it will be more proper and primed and more crisp. But on Saturday, please inbox me a topic that you guys would want to discuss, and I will try and touch base on that. And the topic can be about anything. It could be about, like I said, my aunties and my uncles are watching, but I have permission to say this. You can talk about anything, sexual, anything cultural, anything dealing with hygiene, anything to deal with anything, and I'll touch on those topics for you. So I am Chaat, Madam Jallo, Gambia, and I'm signing out. Have a good evening.